Hi, I'm Christian Lloyd B. Magan, and I'm going to discuss one of the topic in microeconomics, economic activities. John Stuart Mill, 1806 to 1873, divided economic activities into three categories: production, distribution, and exchange. It may be helpful to think of an economic system as a process that begins with a set of inputs or resources that are used for production that must be distributed for ultimate consumption. Mill's approach to economics is based on his belief in the superiority of socialism, in which economic production would be driven by cooperatives owned by the workers. To this end, Mill argues that the laws of production may be natural laws, but the laws of distribution are created and enacted by human beings. Who is John Stuart Mill? John Stuart Mill was a philosopher, an economist, a senior official in the East India Company, and the son of James Mill. Mill is most well known for his 1848 work, Principles of Political Economy, which combined the disciplines of philosophy and economics and advocated that population limits and slowed economic growth would be beneficial to the environment and increase public goods. He also known for his earlier work, System of Logic, which outlined the methods of science and how they can be applied to the social mechanics. Production is the process of altering an input to increase their ability to satisfy human wants. Inputs are sometimes called factors of production of resources. Distribution usually describes the process of allocating the goods and services that have been produced. Societies have used market exchange, reciprocity, eminent domain, inheritance, theft, and philanthropy to distribute goods and services. Next is market exchange. Involves a quid pro quo, an exchange of private property rights between individual agents. The terms of the exchange are clearly specified. I will give you this if you will give me that. The goods to be exchanged are clearly specified, as are the terms of the exchange. Market exchange is an economic system in which goods and services are produced, distributed, and exchanged by the forces of the price, supply, and demand. Example of market exchange: farmers take their crops to a local market and sells them in the public. Reciprocity is a system of obligatory gift-giving. I will do you a favor or give you a gift, but you are then obligated to do an unspecified favor or give me a gift at some possibly unspecified point in the future. Reciprocity is a process of exchanging things with other people in order to gain a mutual benefit. The norm of reciprocity, sometimes referred to as the role of reciprocity, is a social norm where if someone does something for you, you then feel obligated to return the favor. But what does training and development mean to your organization? Training presents a prime opportunity to expand the knowledge base of all employees. But many employers in the current climate find development opportunities expensive. Employees attending training sessions all miss out on work time, which may delay the completion of projects. However, despite these potential drawbacks, training and development provides both the individual and organizations as a whole with benefits that make the cost and the time worthwhile investment. The return on investment from training and development of employees is really a no-brainer. Next is eminent domain, as a redistribution of private property rights through the authority of some organization. The individual is required to give up their claims to private property by an authority. Eminent domain refers to the power of the government to take private property and convert it into the public use. The most common uses of private property taken by eminent domain have been for roads, government buildings, and public utilities. Philanthropy. The act of giving a gift with nothing expected in return is called philanthropy. This is an important method of distribution in in blood drives and the donation of organs for transplantation.
If you don't start a conversation, patient, you won't have one.
Philanthropy consists of private initiatives for the public good, focusing on quality of life. Philanthropy contrasts with business initiatives, which are private initiatives for private good, focusing on material gain, and with government endeavors, which are public initiatives for public good, focusing on provision of public services. A person who practices philanthropy is philanthropist.
So, what are the benefits? First is improve employee performance. The employee who receives the necessary training is more able to perform in their job. The training will give the employees a greater understanding of their responsibilities with their role, and in turn build their confidence. This confidence will enhance their overall performance, and this can only benefit the company. Employees who are competent and top of changing industry standards help your company hold a position as a leader and strong competitor within the industry. Second is improve employee satisfaction and morale. The investment in training that a company makes shows employees that they are valued. The training creates a supportive workplace. Employees may gain access to training they wouldn't have otherwise known about or sought out themselves. Employees who feel appreciated and challenged through training or opportunities may feel more satisfaction toward their jobs. Third is addressing weaknesses. Most employees will have some weaknesses in their workplace skills. A training program allows you to strengthen those skills that each employee needs to improve. A development program brings all employees to a higher level so they all have similar skills and knowledge. This helps reduce any weak links within the company who rely heavily on others to complete basic work tasks. Providing the necessary training creates an overall knowledgeable staff with employees who can take over for one another as needed, work on teams, or work independently without constant help and supervision from others.
Next is inheritance. It's the process transferring private property rights from a dead person to an agent. The form that the inheritance laws take may greatly influence the accumulation of wealth in a society. Inheritance refers to the assets that an individual bequeaths to their loved ones after they pass away. Inheritance may contain cash, investments such as stocks or bonds, and other assets such as jewelry, automobiles, art, antiques, and real estate. Next is thief. It's the process of transferring property rights by illegitimate force. Few societies and a function in thief is widely used. And the last one is consumption. The end purpose of economic activity is to provide goods and services that can be consumed by individuals to satisfy needs and wants. Modern neoclassical economists generally do not like to use the word needs. Consumption, defined as spending for acquisition of utility, is a major concept in economics and also studied in many other social sciences. It is seen in contrast to investing, which is spending for acquisition for future income. Different schools of the economists define consumption differently.